Well, thanks everyone. Welcome to our first Parent Involvement Committee meeting for the 2025-2026 school year. I wish I could be there in person because I'm really excited to, really get started and hit the ground running for this year. Wanted to take a minute to just call this meeting to order. And then start with the acknowledgement of the traditional lands.
The land upon which we work, live, and sustain ourselves is the ancestral and treaty lands of the Michizagig Anishinaabe, also known today as the Mississaugas of the Credit, the rightful caretakers and title holders of this land. We also recognize the rich pre-contact history and relationships which include the Anishinaabe and the Ongwe Hongwe.
Since European contact, this land continues to be home to Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. As responsible community members, we value the diversity, dignity, and worth of all people.
Colonialism displaced and dispossessed Indigenous peoples of their ancestral land
and continues to deny their basic human rights, dignities, and freedoms.
We are committed to learning true history to reconcile, make reparations, and fulfill our treaty obligations to the original peoples and our collective responsibilities to the lands, water, animals, and each other for future generations.
All right, thank you for that. So as part of the meeting invite, everyone should have received today's agenda. Can I please get a motion to approve the agenda?
I do.
Okay, sorry, and seconded by, I can't see hands or anybody, so.
Oh, put your hands up.
Okay, so tell your name, please. Oh, Trustee
I
Clark.
think she's asking for you, because I put my hand up.
Okay, Trustee Clark is seconding it.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Oh, okay, because I had.
Thank you.
I had my hand up first, and then she just.
So, you have. Yeah. Okay. Is that something new, Justin? Because you don't get two votes if you want to. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's never come up.
So even putting for. I just want to add one more thing that we are approving the amended agenda that Shade just mentioned that we are going to make changes. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to be adding, there's an exclusion of a current member. We're going to be including that into the amended agenda, Stacey Ann Brooks. Okay, perfect. Okay, is there any conflict of interest declarations by any members present? Okay, seeing none. Also attached to the invite were the minutes from our last meeting, which was on May 22nd, 2025. Can I please have a motion to approve those minutes?
Here are the point is like the minutes needs an amendment as well. So it mentioned the Hira as a member who joined virtually, but she left the PIC. So that needs to be amended in the minutes. With that, I approve the minutes. Trustee Benjamin seconded it.
Carried, thank you. All right, moving on to PIC updates and reports. So what we want to start with is recognition of our outgoing members and welcoming our new members. So just before we do a roll call of our members present, I would just like to acknowledge the participation and the efforts of our outgoing members from PIC last year. So Allison Lockett, Vandana Manher, and Allison Ming Freckleton. Wanted to thank them for their time on PIC and for their involvement in making last year a successful one. And with that, I would like to welcome our returning and new PIC members. So just wanted to do a quick roll call of our returning members. So online, we have Shannon Karkner, we have Jason Palmer, We have Adnan Ghani and Saria Talat who are in the room with you today. Myself, Shazia Hassan. Sweetie Sharma is also a returning member. And who's not with us today, but are returning are Dima Al-Saka and Stacey Ann Brooks. And I would like to welcome our two new members, Rose Harawi and Rama Krishna Shikaram. So maybe Rose and Rama, can I just ask you to do a very brief introduction so you can introduce yourselves to the rest of the group?
Hi, everyone. You can talk. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Rose. I'm excited to be a part of PIC and contribute my time and get to learn more about what this committee does and participate. So thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, just share. In addition to what you said about your name, can you give us something about a background, maybe kids from which school, etc., etc.?
Yes. So I have a child. My daughter goes to a Peelschools, Middlebury Public School, and my son will be going next year. So yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome, Rose. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Rama Krishna Shikaram. Just call me Rama. I don't want Casino Rama. It's name and the it's easy to remember. So basically, currently, I own and operate a startup which is dealing with autism respite services, inspired by my son, who's 15-year-old autistic. He goes to TL Kennedy. And I do have a daughter who goes to university second year. And my wife also works for school board. The objective of joining this campaign is to learn and promote the differently abled children, and then also learn something and put towards community. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Rama, for introducing. Welcome to our team.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, please, to appoint the new members, Rose and Rama, to the PIC committee?
I did.
And second?
I can do it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Carried. All right. Moving on in the agenda, just wanted to provide a reminder that the way to contact PIC is through the PIC email, which is parentinvolvement@plsb.com. There has been some challenges getting access to it, but we're hoping that we can have that up and running. And if there is anybody who needs to get in touch with PIC from school councils, then that would be the best way to do it. We also encourage members to visit the PIC website, which is on the Peel District School Board webpage as well. So there's a whole bunch of information in there, including when our meetings are held, minutes and agendas, and school council resources as well. Okay, moving on to the subcommittees. We'd like to get our subcommittees up and running quickly this year because we'd like to get some of the initiatives started sooner rather than later. So we just have bylaw subcommittee mentioned here because that is going to be a priority, continuing some of the work that we started last year. So want to ensure that the bylaws of PIC are aligned with our practice and make sure that they are up to date. Additionally, we have our standing committees as well, which is strategic planning, events, and communications. So for our PIC members, what we will be doing is circulating signups after this meeting to gauge interest from members in participating on these committees. And we'd like to encourage you to sign up for at least 2 so that we can have enough members to keep the work ongoing with this. And the reason I mentioned some of these subcommittees is as we go later in the agenda, we'll talk about some of the events that we'd like to do and, how we can communicate them. So we'll need to get those going fairly quickly. Excuse me. Moving on to 6.4, PIC positions and vacancies. As it stands right now for our executive, we have a co-chair position that'll be open as well as secretary and treasurer. For PIC members who are interested in applying for these executive positions, we will be sending out a nomination form. You can either nominate yourself or nominate somebody else on the committee. At our next meeting, we will be voting on the positions, or if there is only one person, those positions will be acclaimed. We'll send out a description and eligibility for those positions in the email as well. But if you have any further questions about what the executive positions entail, please don't hesitate to reach out and we can provide more information on that. Moving on to 6.5, I'm actually going to turn this over to Saria, who was our last year's senior co-chair, just to highlight some of the work that we did last year.
Thank you, Shazia. We had a wonderful PIC year of 2024-2025, and we had orientation meeting that was held in the month of October. The meeting concluded with a recognition of the contribution of outgoing PIC members and a warm welcome to the members. Next meeting we had again in October that was focused on elections for the positions of co-chair, secretary, and treasurer, as well as the election for the bylaws subcommittee and the Great Star subcommittee. Throughout the year, all public meetings and subcommittee meetings primarily focused on the following topics: Great Star event for school councils, program funding distribution to school councils, public meeting purpose and structure, enhancement of communication channels and outreach to school councils and parents, strategic planning to support parents and caregivers and engage them with the school board. We had an event on June 11 that was a PIC conference. I would like to go briefly for the event update. Myself, along with Shazia Hassan, we welcome parents, caregivers, and community members for the Parents and Caregiver Night. And it was really inspiring to see many committed community members. They were excited to learn about what's happening in schools and supporting student success. The evening began with the registration and dinner, followed by welcome address by Superintendent Athia Grant. It was focused all about connection and collaboration. Attendees learned about partnerships between PDSB and leading post-secondary institutions like Toronto Metropolitan University and University of Toronto Mississauga, as well as other initiatives creating opportunities for students. Participants also explored innovation in education, including STEM, coding, and modern approaches to assessment, and engaged in a presentation on the Black Studies curriculum at both elementary and secondary levels. Each session highlighted key pillars for creating equitable, innovative, and engaging learning environments for students. And we also want to give special thanks to our supporters and presenters and student volunteers, and to Supa for our school community and engagement manager for organizing the community engagement tables. Thank you all for your participation and support. And with this, I want to conclude that together we continue to make meaningful differences in our students' learning and success. Thank you. May I have a motion that the information regarding the
sorry, just before that, I wanted to add just about the programs as well from last year. Just talk about a little bit about the success of the programs that we had in the 2024-2025 school year. PIC had over 180, almost 180 applications and that were funded for schools, and it was a total of 124,000 plus an additional amount that PIC supplemented as well to be able to support these school councils. And we're very excited that we had so many schools come forward with their initiatives to support engagement, and we really hope to continue that this year as well.
Thank you, Shazia. And we have a motion that we received the information. Mr. Benjamin and seconder. Thank you. With this, we can move to our next agenda item. I will move over to Shazia.
All right. So yeah, our next agenda item is the PIC budget. So every year PIC is assigned a budget that comes directly from the Ministry of Education and is based on a funding formula based on enrollment in Peel. And we will have an update on what PIC receives this year at the next meeting, and any remnants from last year that we're able to use this year as well. But did want to highlight that PIC has, and the board has received again 124,000 for programs this year as well, and we'll talk about that in the next section, and sort of what we want to do with that. So we'll have more information once at our next meeting, and when we have a treasurer appointed, we'll make sure that we have regular finance updates as well. So for the PIC activities upcoming this year, we'd really like to have Great Start take place, fairly quickly. We will look to work with the board to secure a date and location that works. We are looking to work around the Red Dot and Faith and Creed days, just to have it as a starting point, just to make sure that we have that. We understand that the school council resource guide has also been updated, so this would be a great opportunity to share the updates with the school council communities, and highlight sort of what's been updated and what's changed. So that's something that we're going to prioritize for the strategic planning committee, and hopefully we can provide school councils the resources early on that they need to be able to have effective school council meetings this year. Just for our internally for PIC, we have had an informal orientation with our new members, but we'll look to schedule something a little bit more formal to review all sort of PIC related components with the board. So look for that coming soon. And finally, pro-grants. Like I mentioned, we understand now what our budget for the year is. We had a very successful application process last year after simplifying the application, and we really had a lot of engagement. So the goal this year will be to put the application out earlier and provide funding to schools sooner this year, so that if there are schools that have engagement ideas early on, that they're able to have those done sooner in the year. So again, for our strategic planning and events committee, we're going to just iron out those details and then look to disseminate that fairly soon. And with that, can I have a motion to accept the PIC updates and reports?
Yeah, I do.
So I see Susan, seconded by Adnan.
Yes.
Okay, carried. Perfect. All right, at this point, I'd like to turn it over to the board for board updates and reports.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to introduce myself first. So I'm Bernadette Smith. I'm superintendent with the department called Innovation, Artificial Intelligence and Pathways. And I am here in place of Althea Grant this evening, as she was not able to be here. So I'm very pleased to be here with all of you and excited to share with you the board updates. So regarding summer school first, this year's summer school programs welcomed approximately 13,000 students, reflecting a strong commitment to expanding learning opportunities across the system and year-round. This also reflects our strong commitment to equity and inclusion in our programming. Through collaboration with the Indigenous Education Team and the University of Toronto, Mississauga, the Mawjiding Wingashkang Indigenous Summer School Mentorship Program at UTM, University of Toronto, Mississauga, offered a culturally immersive academic experience where students earned grade 11 and 12 university English credits through a curriculum enriched with Indigenous pedagogies, land-based learning, and mentorship from Indigenous knowledge keepers. The Equity Department, in collaboration with the Network of Black Studies Educators and BSE, and Continuing Education, offered Afrocentric Pilot Summer School. 60 students were enrolled in the program, which supported Black students to connect with their African heritage, narratives, and collaborative learning. The program offered grade 9 and 10 math, English, and history. Students showed significant academic success. The Agents for Social Change Summer School was hosted at the Center of Black Excellence. Students in grades K to 8 experienced culture and innovation through literacy, numeracy, and experiential learning rooted in Caribbean carnival traditions. Next, we have new school, Red Cedar Public School. From Principal Gurmeet Gill's desk, Red Cedar Elementary School opened its new building on September 2nd and now welcomes 850 students from kindergarten to grade 8. The school's name reflects its indigenous roots. Red cedar is a sacred plant traditionally used to make cradles, symbolizing safety, care, and strong foundations. Our school embodies this meaning by creating nurturing spaces where students feel a deep sense of belonging. Our school mascot and logo were created in collaboration with our Indigenous partners. We are the proud Red Cedar Ravens. We use nature to support learning and growth and work closely with families to build strong foundations for every child. This approach aligns with our board's multi-year strategic plan, which emphasizes well-being, equity, and collaborative partnerships. We will continue to partner with our school community and Indigenous partners to move forward on our journey of excellence, where students see themselves and their stories and histories reflected in everything that we do. And now an update from OYAP, which stands for the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program. This is one of our pathway programs that we offer in the Peel District School Board. Students in grades 7 to 12 across Ontario are invited to attend Level Up, a series of engaging and interactive career fairs focused on highlighting the many professional opportunities in the skilled trades. The career fairs are being presented by the Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development. Now in its 4th year, MLITSD will sponsor the Level Up Conference for the Peel District School Board with a total of 33,200 spots available at the International Centre Hall 1 on November 25th to the 27th. And there is a website that you can go and learn more about this, and you can sign up yourselves at levelupontario.ca. Last year, 65 schools and 3,000 students from PDSB participated. This event will include a series of dynamic multi-day career fairs highlighting the 144 skilled trades. Students will have the opportunity to learn about these trades through interactive exhibitions and hands-on activities while hearing directly from tradespeople and local employers. There will be an open house day open to everyone in the community, which will run from 3 o'clock to 7:30 in the evening. The date is still yet to be determined. Parents are encouraged to attend during this time. Registration will be managed centrally by Lisa Shen. She is the OYAP resource teacher, and her name is Lisa Shen, S-H-E-N. Another update is the K2I Work Integrated Summer Program. The K2I Work Integrated Summer Program, facilitated by the Lassonde School of Engineering at York University, hosted 20 Peel District School Board students ranging from grade 10 to grade 12. The Work Integrated Summer Program gave students the opportunity to work as paid lab technicians and work towards receiving a grade 11 university 3U or grade 12 college 4C physics credit. For the first time this year, the Lassonde School of Engineering offered conditional acceptances to all the students who completed the program. Take that in for a second, right? To York University. This would mean that all students, whether they are applying to post-secondary this year or in 2 years, they could receive an acceptance into the program as long as they meet program requirements. These are the kind of partnerships that we're setting up. Co-op. So we are excited to share that with the recent signing of 2 agreements, the Innovation, Artificial Intelligence and Pathways Department has launched innovative and transformative partnerships that give our students exclusive hospital cooperative education experiences. The most recent through the Better Together program at Credit Valley Hospital and the Caring for the Future program at Brampton Civic Hospital. More than 60 students this semester are stepping into the world of healthcare and with hands-on learning for 4 to 8 hours a day. These significant partnerships, unique to PDSB, highlight the power of collaboration between our dedicated teachers and healthcare partners. all working together to support student success and community needs. This is an incredible opportunity for our students to gain a head start in healthcare while developing skills, exploring career pathways, and setting themselves apart as they prepare for the future. For more information, you can also find on our district website under cooperative education. Now I'm going to ask our partners from media to show on the screen something else that we have been publishing through our Empowering Modern Learners team. We publish a bi-weekly magazine that highlights important dates, key events, deadlines, or changes coming up in this period to student spotlight, successes, recognition of student achievement, and milestones. As you know, Empowering Modern Learners is the tagline under the Peel District School Board logo. This is our Empowering Modern Learning team that is on the left side there. And as we flip through, there's a lot of information about what it is that we're doing in terms of innovative practices across the district. And we capture those practices here, including with AI in education. And artificial intelligence, we are in that era now, is something that we are leveraging and harnessing in measured, cautious, responsible ways. So you're going to see as parents on our website, resources as well, that you can see and learn more about AI and examples for how it is being used in schools meaningfully. So if you just flip through some of those pages, you can see some examples, including from our Learning Commons Library Support Services team, many events that are happening for our students across the district within every Learning Commons, which is another name for library. Learning Commons, that's a transformative word because it has become a hub for learning. And certainly a lot of the experiences and innovation that is happening in schools is stemming from our Learning Commons. So this magazine will be available on our external website for you to take a look at as well. Thank you. And finally, Turner Fenton Rocketry Club. We are filled with great pride to acknowledge the incredible achievement of Turner Fenton's secondary schools Rocketry Association, which has more than 100 students as members. Over the summer, 5 members of this association competed at Launch Canada 2025 in Timmins, Ontario, and reached a historic milestone. Competing alongside 30 major universities, they became the first high school team ever to successfully launch and recover a competition-level rocket at this event. Their rocket reached an altitude of 10,147 feet and was successfully recovered. Extraordinary accomplishment that has earned them special recognition from Brigadier General Christopher Horner, Commander of the 3rd Canadian Space Division of the Royal Canadian Air Force. Their achievement and drive continue to inspire us as they truly aim high and lift others with them. Thank you to Principal Kevin Williams, teacher leader Timothy Shing, as well as members of the EdTech team who have supported this work, and students Diane Soni, Devanshi Tangudu, Nishargo Seed, Rudra Patel, Tisya Sharma, Aryan Jha, and Michael Aluka. A very special thank you to the students' families for their support in helping their children reach incredible heights. Now we are going to turn our sights onto the television because you will get an opportunity to see the rocket launching. Thank you.
Indicated good to go. Thumbs up with RSO. And okay, looking up, we have some blue sky up there. Winds are normal. Skies are clear. Turner Fenton. Countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
A little weathercocking. Right into the sun.
Nice boost on that. Nice CGI L1395 blue. We'll wait for confirmation from the team on the status of the rocket. Team will indicate when apogee has been reached.
That's cool. Oh, you mentioned David.
Rocket is descending under drogue descent rates. Indicated good to go. Thumbs up.
Good to go.
So amazing. And Sweetie Sharma's daughter is on that team.
That's so cool.
So congratulations. I'm happy to take any questions at this time. And that's my report. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. I love space science, so when I heard about that, I was, a successful launch, reaching 10,000 feet, just fantastic. And as I recall, they just decided, why don't we start a rocketry club? And a bunch of other people got involved. People who thought they were going to get into finance decided, wow, this is pretty cool. But my question is, just in case I misunderstood, there were 60 places for summer school for the Center for Black Excellence. How close was that to what you were expecting? Or do we, are we expecting more? Or thank you.
Thank you for that question and through you, Chair. I don't have that data, but I'll certainly get it for you in terms of the number of students that were expected, how many showed up, and how many completed the program. So that's something that Superintendent Althea Grant will have. And I'll definitely follow up with her so that she can bring that to you.
Okay, thank you.
I do have a question. Thank you. So we just heard great programs and initiatives by PDSB during summer and around those corners. My question is regarding how this information is accessible to the students across Peel. And currently, is it only to selective schools and grades, or is it accessible to all these students currently right now?
And thank you for the question through you, Chair. That's an excellent question. And what we do is we make every effort to ensure that the information that we're sharing is transparent and accessible to everyone through a lot of different media channels as well. And so information is sent out through board communication, for instance, directly to principals. Principals in turn share it with their staff. And of course, then staff share it with students and parents. Administrators as well will include it in, for instance, school newsletters so that it goes out to parents. And so these opportunities are there. We also have a lot similar to the EML magazine that you see. Each department, if there are different initiatives, are putting out flyers and pieces of information of that sort that can be posted in schools and shared in those ways as well. And even within our internal website, we have what's called Peel News. And so every department has their own section, if you will, within that Peel News, and they're posting information there, which has many hits in terms of people are looking at that news internally and in turn sharing it that way. So more than one media outlet in order to share all of these different opportunities. And we continue to grow these opportunities too.
If I may, just a follow-up question. On the PDSB website, is it all the information falls under cooperative education, or they are on different places right now?
Yeah, and it depends on what the offering is. So if it is through the co-op department, it would go under the co-op area on the external website. And if it's through other departments, it would go within their sites on the website. However, I'm going to take that back to see how we could streamline it a little bit better so that you don't have to go to many different places, and all opportunities that are available, I'm thinking that's what you're getting to, would be available for parents, and then you can see everything that's available. So we'll certainly take that back and see how we can streamline that better too.
Thank you. The intent of my question was, schools and principals get a lot of information, and I heard all the time they get a lot of information. Okay, sometimes not everything gets trickled down to the parents and the families timely manner. So at least the information, if it's timely available on one place, or maybe less spaces, but everything available on one site and hyperlink to the correct places, then students and families can resource that information as early as possible, as per their needs.
That's a great suggestion. Even a calendar with all of the events that are happening and opportunities so that it's a one-stop shop, if you will. Yes, definitely we'll take that back. And I know that our associate director, Archie Ajla is here as well, listening, and we'll certainly take that back and see how we can have a more coordinated effort to ensure all that information is available for parents.
Thank you for
Thank you.
I would also like to add to Adnan's suggestion if we can have like some centralized, we all of us, most of us, if we say using smartphone, if we have some kind of app for PDSP where we can have those information handy to everyone. Those are really directly related to community members, like children, parents. So that will be easier to disseminate the information.
Great suggestion. And just as a tangent from that, we have grade 10 students last year that created an app with 77 extracurricular activities and clubs that are happening at their school because they felt the same way. A lot of newcomer students didn't know what kind of extracurricular activities were available, so they created an app. And so the students would go in and it's very much more accessible, and certainly that's something to take away. And that's where AI comes in too, right? That it becomes a little bit more handy when you're searching. So we'll take that away to our team and see what we could do as well. Thank you for that. Great suggestions.
Are you done? Okay, Chair. Yeah, just to add, like, I was going to bring this up later on, but to add to what Adnan said, so there's a lot of information that is required for parents to read. So I would request the PIC also to send out this information because we have new parents coming up every year from kindergarten upwards and even, at all levels. So they don't know how to access all this information. And the most important thing is how does a parent approach the school when there's an issue? And even yesterday, I got somebody who went straight up to the superintendent. So, but then it's very clearly shown on the school homepage if you go, what you need to do if there are issues. So maybe PIC can keep on, reiterating this information to parents through the school councils. Please go to the homepage of your school, whom to contact, who is your trustee, even sometimes they don't know the name of the principal, maybe the new principal comes in. So you know what? That kind of thing should be drilled into parents. Go to the homepage, and if you have difficulty, then, go to the principal, go to your teacher, go to your school council. So that is what I just was going to say. And I'm glad Adnan has brought this up. And also today I was on a school website because the school sent me the newsletter. It's in my ward. And as I was going through it, I saw this video on school councils, which is a very good video, which is on the, they gave the link. So I said, gone to it. And it was made in January 2024, a great video on school councils and I think also PIC. So maybe that is something that you could once again promote, say, go to it, you can get information there, a lot of information. And one question that I had was, you mentioned Red Cedar Public School has opened, and great to know that we have 800 students, but in which part of the Peel region where is the school located? Oh, you have one second.
Might be, it's recently opened.
Is it in Caledon?
Yeah, I think maybe Brent. Because in Caledon, they just broke ground, right?
That was why we get.
So this is.
Yeah. Okay.
If you'd like to continue, I'll find the answer and then I'll.
No, it's no problem because since our AD Ojla is here, the reason why I asked this is at the SEAC committee. At the SEAC committee, we got information that the whole PDSB, map has been divided into 4 quadrants. And so I wanted to know what's the quadrant. So they said, okay, there's east, west, north, south. So my request to AD Ojla is, could you create a kind of a map? Because we have our old school directories and we go to it. There's nothing mentioned about quadrants or regions in that. So please, if there could be a map put up on the wall here in this room, everybody could get an idea of what it means, what part is north, south, east, west of the Peel District School Boards, map. This is just a request, something new and you'd like to learn. Thank you, AD Ojla.
Thank you. Thank you, Trustee Benjamin. Absolutely, we can provide some more detailed information around the quadrant model that is specific to special education for sure. Thank you so much for that question.
Okay, good. The location of the school is in North Brampton in the Mount Pleasant community. Okay.
And thank you to Benjamin for suggestion of disseminating the information. And through PIC, I would like to suggest to all schools to have like some kind of presentation in their school in the beginning of the session that will help the parents to how to navigate the PDSB website.
Also,
we understand that we in PIC through PIC of PDSB is centralized. We organize events, but attending one event, those who are far from here, it's not possible. But those who are in the home school area, they can attend their school, and through their school, they can have how to navigate the PDSB website, because this is very important. Most of the parents, especially those are new immigrants, they don't know what are the information available, and PDSB is rich in information, its website.
Yeah.
But most of the parents, they don't know what is the information over there. So we would like to extend this a suggestion to all the schools, so they should do this kind of indication in their school.
thank you, and I'll definitely take that back and see what we can do with regards to all these suggestions. Appreciate it.
And just with regards to the what Trustee Benjamin mentioned about the hierarchy of escalation, to your point, it is on every school's homepage, but people may not be aware of it. So that is something that we try to incorporate into the Great Start event, just to remind the families who attend and school council members to attend, also to share that with their broader community as well, that there is information available on the path of escalation. And so we'll just make sure that we incorporate that again in our Great Start event this year. Okay, perfect. Any other reports? Okay. And just before we move to accept, I also, just on behalf of PIC, want to congratulate Sweetie on her daughter's involvement in the Turner Fenton Rocketry Club. You must be very proud, and by association, we're very proud to have someone on our committee whose daughter is part of that. So congratulations.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Can I have a motion to accept the board updates and reports, please?
I do.
Trustee Benjamin, second.
All right, perfect. Carried. Next, communications. We don't have any reports. Committee members' motions for consideration. We don't have any for this meeting. Committee member notices of motion as well, none for this meeting. And then just want to remind the committee that our next meeting will be held on October 18th. And our next meeting will consist of elections as well. But we look forward to connecting with everyone prior to that meeting to get some thoughts going around some of the events that we mentioned. Okay. All right. So this was a short meeting. We'll have more. This is more of an intro. Look forward to getting started on everything. With that, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn for today.
Yes, I do.
All right.
And I second.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to staying in touch and looking forward to our next meeting. Thanks for your attendance.